Still is coming. The documentary is out. It's #1 all over Netflix. 50 is like having a time of his life. And did y'all see this part right here? Yo, we had Lil Rod on here that did an interview, but Lil Rod went on the documentary, and y'all got to see. Where's the part with Lil Rod at? It says producer Lil Rod said there were days he would party with Diddy all night and wake up sore in the morning and not know what happened. Pause. Yo, whoa. Should mean wake up sore. He claims some days he woke up next to women, some days he woke up next to Diddy. Check this out.
Things that happen to me, I just don't even want to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Some days those girls next to me woke up. Some days he was in the bed. I would wake up feeling sore, still not understanding exactly.
Yo, as a man, you can't like which part of you is sore, gang. Because if you go to the gym, your biceps might be sore. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you do some dips, maybe your thighs are sore, but like, wow, which part of you is sore, brother?
Exactly what's, you know what I'm saying, transpiring. But this is me starting to understand that I was drugged pretty often. I tried to confine it in KK.
Yo, some people actually believe they're like, yo, bro, this is not abuse. Whatever you're trying to claim, you and that nigga was in a relationship. You having the time of your life.
That's Puff Chief of Staff. And I thought it would be more, you know, understood if I took it to someone who's a woman. But she was always like, there's a lot of things.
Yeah. So, you know, Lil Rod, who, again, I guess he finally gets his cash out of this whole situation. He's still suing Diddy, by the way, for unpaid wages and for sexual assault and abuse. Lil Rod is the one who got this all started. You know, I said last night, I know I was lit last night, but I said, yo, I do think Diddy, people have lightened up. I think this documentary kind of puts him back in like, oh, this guy's a really bad guy, like realm. But I do think when Diddy gets out, Diddy's going to get the Gunna treatment. And I hope you guys don't get mad at me saying it, but it's exactly what's going to be. I'll put any money on it. Diddy's going to get the Gunna treatment. If Diddy acts like Gunna. If Diddy come out and he keep doing all this gyrating, the P, the D, the I, the D, the Y, the D. All right, they're going to just say, and I'm telling Diddy this right now. I know he's somewhere in the cell watching this shit on the Apple Watch. You are going, like right now is the equivalent to like snitching. Nigga, nobody cares about snitching. And really, nobody cares that you were pimping hoes. You got cleared of the main charges that people carried that you actually were you were acquitted of, which is sex trafficking, which nobody's going to defend a sex trafficker, and RICO, which involved all of the heinous things that also include sex trafficking. You got cleared of those. Now it's just you pimping hoes. Yes, they seen videos of you beating chicks, whatever. There's mad stories. If he come out on some Gunna shit, you're going to watch the rappers who have stayed quiet are going to all be around him. Eventually, over time. That's if he shuts the fuck up and don't come back out. Like that Diddy persona, and I wonder how he's processing this. Because even as we're watching the, you know, I don't know if you guys watch the documentary by now. The hubris, like this is what, hubris is what, you know, the judge quoted when he was given the sentencing down. He said, brother, like, you have a release party in Miami already? And I haven't made my ruling? The judge was upset by that when the prosecutor brought up that there was pre-planned Diddy parties that he was ready to walk out of jail if he was given time served and have that week. Diddy about to get arrested and filming the entire thing. And he's popping that shit while he's like, there's no humble moment. He has to process that the persona of Diddy is dead. The persona of Diddy is dead. And if I would give him advice, I would say the public image and the guy who lives in the he's on the top of the table during the party, he's the life of the party, that's over as well. Diddy's going to come home. He's going to fight civil cases until he's probably out of here. The main takeaway is he's still going to be up tens, if not over $100 million, because trust me, they ain't drained him that much. Pause. He's still got some bread now. He's still got some bread. But the idea of gallivanting and gyrating and, he has to kill that portion of him if he cares about his family and he cares about his own well-being. Now, that's going to be a hard monster to kill. Remember, they're saying after Biggie's death, he was so self-obsessed and craved the spotlight so much. He said, man, fuck that. Why are we putting a dead guy on the magazine? I got an album coming out. Put me on the magazine. Those type of things really shows his character to say, I always want to be the guy. It goes back to the age-old thing where you hear Suge Knight say, if you don't want your executive producer all up in the video, that was Diddy's MO. I think Diddy's going to be fine if he lays back, comes back out, just chills with his family, doesn't seek to try to do the most, which, by the way, you already made your money already. Don't come out and just do a Vlad TV interview. No disrespect to Vlad. Don't run to the Breakfast Club. Don't shoot a documentary. Just chill. Just chill. And watch the natural order of things. You're going to see these rappers start being around you and don't mind getting photoed with you. And that's how I see Diddy's comeback being like Gunna. Yo, Gunna kicking it with Kodak, bringing our money back. Yo, we already knew Offset and like DDG fuck with him. But like Gunna is now showing us that, bro, all of this shit where niggas is like they don't fuck with rats or whatever, that is like an antiquated old conversation that people don't really honor anymore. So all of this like disgust that people are saying they have for Diddy and contempt, like how could he do this? If he gets out and shuts the fuck up, give it 6 months, you're going to start seeing rappers hang with him again. They just won't talk about the elephant in the room. And what's the elephant in the room? Not the convictions, because I think he beat the ones that would really make him look weird. They're not going to talk about the details of the case that everybody seems to be bringing up now. Yo, what's up with that video you beat? You know why? 98% of rappers beat their bitch too. Sorry to tell y'all. 98% of rappers, let me not say 98%. When I've talked to rappers behind the scenes when it comes to Diddy, they always thought like, yo, he's a super freak, he on some other shit, so they don't agree with that. But they've always, when I've talked to rappers when it comes to sex trafficking, rappers always kind of gave the idea off to me that, yo, we be doing the same shit. Like, yo, we be flying bitches out. We be doing this and third. We just be paying for it. Like, this is kind of like status quo. So if Diddy guilty, like, yo, is this shit clipped? So I don't think they're going to be judging him for that stuff. They'll judge him for some of the salacious details, like, nigga, you was rubbing nut on your chest, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Anyway, I think Diddy's going to be fine, right? Diddy is going to be fine if he comes out and does the Gunna route. And I think that's, for anybody else who's coming out in controversy, I hope they take that into consideration. There's a Gunna route in all of this. We don't need you to do interviews trying to cop please and explain it on some 6ix9ine shit, over-explain it. Nah. Yo, I ain't snitch. Listen, I would have snitched if they were my friends. Are they my friends? No, we don't want to hear that. Just be quiet. These rappers going to run right back to being in your good graces. Okay? Now, what also came out recently is Justin Combs and Misa Hilton, which I believe is his mom, they have came out and spoke out saying that this documentary is causing harassment to the family, okay? Oh my God, all these ads. Misa says she and Justin are being harassed following comments implied by Gene Deal and the documentary. Misa says this. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a private person, and it pains me that I even have to post this. The harassment of my son and I have been dealing with is because of things implied by Gene Deal and stated in a recent Netflix documentary. It's been heartbreaking. The truth is, the public is being misled about me and my child. We've been dragged into something we never asked for, a cruel game built on rumors and agendas. Please take a moment before believing everything you hear. The most painful part of this is that it's happening because of men I once trusted to protect me, not harm me. And the saddest thing is that none of this affects the people spreading it. It only hurts me and my son. Like Gene said, we've been treated as casualties of war. With little critical thinking, it would be easy to realize that the things that could be said could not be possibly be true because of the results that would come from these disparaging statements if they were in fact true. This would be a post and delete. Protect women and their children. This is only about Misa and Justin only. Why didn't this go viral? This is a poorly timed and I think a horrible post. I'm going to tell you why. Ma'am, I know you're saying that you and your son are just being lumped into this, but if we read all the allegations, they're saying that Justin is Diddy part 2. So you can't use this like, oh, my son, without acknowledging that they're saying that your son seems to be mirroring your baby father, which is Diddy. I get it. You are the mother, and yes, you're obviously a casualty of war, but you can't shield, again, Justin, you can't be like me and my son. Justin's a grown-ass man. He's a nigga pushing 30, if he's not 30 already. So you could speak for yourself about you not choosing all of this, but Justin is his own man, and whether allegations, and most of them I really don't believe, but they allege stuff of Justin that is equal or seems to match what the fuck that they were claiming Diddy was doing. All right, so I get what she's saying, but you can't protect you and your son. It says the commentary continues. There's an old audio clip. It says, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what's the clip that involved Justin. Oh, never mind. She's speaking about the paternity. Oh, so Gene Deal. Oh, let me look it up. Okay, I think I got it. Trying to find it on YouTube. Here it is.
In law enforcement, period, that grew up, in an urban community and knew street people and could relate to.
Now, so I want to backtrack a little bit on what I just said. If she's defending her and her son, basically saying, yo, whatever Diddy got going on, don't drag my son into it, in the sense of you're doubting that his father is Diddy, or you're doubting the paternity status of him, because now you're affecting someone's mental state where they might think that their father, who they thought was their father, wasn't their father all along. And Gene Deal has been one of the people pushing this.
To dudes that was behind bars. So when they came out behind bars, I did everything in my...
And I'll explain the rumor. There's a rumor that 50's bodyguard, or one of his bodyguards, somebody named Wolf or something, they're saying he looks light-skinned and he looks kind of like Justin. They're saying he was rumored to be the father of Justin Combs and not Diddy. Now, the family's never said that. They've never acknowledged that. Justin clearly loves Diddy, calls Diddy his dad, moves that way. And, it's kind of like a conspiracy theory, one that's being pushed by another person who was a bodyguard, which is G and Deal.
When it turned over from the Department of Correction, from the Division of Parole, MTV, VH1, Nick Bloomfield, go to war with this dude. I don't know. I don't want to tell y'all. I remember when a nigga did the blood test, he had to pay Misa so much kind of money, and he was mad at the motherfucker. Fuck that nigga. I'm not gonna tell y'all that. But if you ask me personally, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't there when they was fucking. How would I know? Because I'm going to war with this nigga. Does it hurt Misa? Because I used to work for Misa.
Okay, so this is where he's addressing her, I guess.
Because Misa knew that Puff was not going to run up her and do shit to her when she was with me. So when I left Puff, I started working for Misa. When I started working for Misa, she had me there because she knew how afraid Puff was, and I didn't give a fuck about nobody because that's the type of person I was back then. No, you're not gonna do nobody. Yo, I'm gonna die for Misa right now. Ain't nobody gonna touch her. That's how I was when I was with her. Misa be like, yo, Gene, I'm downtown. I'm finna go into the what Cheetahs. Me and Mary. Meet me down there, shoot down there. Q-Rock City, what's up with you, boy? So now, I'm going to war with this nigga. I know me not saying nothing hurt Misa, but you just a casualty in war right now. I know what was saying hurt Justin because I did not clarify it to nobody because I didn't say it. Reggie Wright and somebody else said it and said I told them, which they was lying. When you go to war, enemy of your enemy becomes your friend. And the friend of your enemy becomes your enemy. I'm looking at it that way. Anything that hurt this nigga, I'm going to use if somebody else said it. Now, when other shit that I said about his mother, it was the truth. I didn't lie about none of that. I didn't lie about Justice. I just did not. What? Because I got a voice. I could have said, man, that's some bullshit, man. I remember when Puff had the fucking blood test and he was mad because he had to pay me a little bit more money than he was paying her at first because he was starving her at first. Now he got to really pay her. I could have said that, but I didn't because I'm at war with this nigga. I'm going to still continue to be at war with this nigga.
The greatest ever. What up? Thank you for the follow.
I'm letting y'all know that it's some casualties of war. That was one of them. There are some other things. Will I speak on them? Nah, I won't speak on them. And why I'm speaking on this shit right now is because I'm letting you know this nigga gonna go to war. All y'all niggas ain't ready for it. All y'all niggas who didn't come to his defense. All y'all niggas who was acting a certain.
Okay, I agree. I agree. Well, if I'm Diddy, you know, maybe Diddy has made peace, and I think that's very important, that he needs to make peace with, even if the fact that he's thinking, damn, I'm only locked up because these motherfuckers who I did well. And that's a lot of what I've heard when people get in these situations. They feel when you go down, you kind of look at it and you're like, damn, I gave this person that. I bought his mama a house. I bailed him out from jail. I paid for this for his kid's tuition. His uncle died. I paid for the funeral. I gave him this amount of money a year. And Diddy allegedly or supposedly would naturally go through that feeling of, man, I'm only sitting here because niggas betrayed me. And he has to get past that to be like, well, what did he contribute to be there, right? Yo, okay. Despite maybe people that you were nice to, you were paying their rent, you were giving they relied on you for their livelihood. What the hell did you do to get yourself in that position? And if he gets there, maybe he gets out and says, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm glad and fortunate to be free. I still got my family. I still got portions of my wealth. I'm good. I've been humbled. Or he might get out on some young boy shit. When I mean young boy shit, is like, we ain't see jail deter a young boy one time. What I mean is, you get out and you're like, oh, y'all motherfuckers who done snitched on me, who done told on me, who I put money in your pockets, food in your stomach, pause. Listen, I'm going to fuck y'all up. I'm going to spend every fucking dime. I'm going to put a hit out on all you motherfuckers. And I mean that like, facetiously, not literally. We're going to see how Diddy gets out. Like, obviously, I don't believe 50 with the funeral, the flower shit that he's like, oh, Diddy sent me. I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit. Because I think Diddy knows right now, even if he was going to if he was going to exact revenge on Diddy, on 50, I mean, he locked up in prison right now. Do it on a sneak. Do it on the humble. So, I think it remains to be seen how Diddy's going to handle all of this, right? I think it remains to be seen. Anyway, that is the latest. Let me see if there's anything more else with the Diddy stuff. Diddy betrays his own lawyer?
This is your holiday reminder that shoes are a gift, literally.
And we're not just saying that because we're DSW.
This year, unwrap confidence.
Oh.
Unwrap something.
Oh, shit. All right, chat, I can't play all of this shit, but I do got the Diddy doc right here. I got the Diddy doc. Let me play. You want me to play a little bit? So I do want to play the part where they're talking about Diddy betrayed his own lawyers. Basically, there was a time, and I know this was meant to make Diddy looks crazy. I understood what Diddy was saying, and I actually believe that Diddy getting on his legal team as he was is a reason why he didn't get convicted of RICO and sex trafficking. Diddy pushed this team, and he kept adding more people. Bro, they did an amazing job making sure this nigga didn't get 20 years or life. Now, if you know Diddy in a music studio, or you know Diddy in any business capacity, Diddy's the person who's going super hard, and you got to be a pussy to think that Diddy's shouting at his lawyers or, talking shit to his lawyers because he's trying to, some people just go through the process. Y'all have hired lawyers before, chat? And lawyers for bullshit. It could even be traffic shit. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, well, that's, and you tell your lawyer, I want it to be this outcome. And then the lawyer get in there and you're just sitting there going through the motions. And then the outcome is not even what you wanted. But the lawyer basically just tells you yo, the judge went other way. And you're like, wait, that's all you could do? So I don't mind Diddy, who probably paid, if you ask me, I think the legal bill ran up at least $10 million. I don't mind him getting on his lawyer's ass. I'm sorry. Yeah, nigga, I ain't trying to do 20 years. Get to it. Some of y'all figure this out. Y'all niggas figure this shit out. So let me see if I could show the part. Again, I have the documentary here, but I'm not going to play, obviously, the whole thing. I think Netflix would be highly upset. These are some parts where he's talking about.
I read the 55-page lawsuit.
Here we go. This is 4, I think. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find the right point. Oh no, yeah, that's when he beat it. Okay, it's episode 3. Lil Rod comes in a lot on episode 4. Give me a second. I'm just trying to find this. Episode 3 has Cassie a lot. Oh, I can show y'all. I can show y'all this, I guess. Yeah. Okay, this is him in the car.
Take this on the way. We going uptown to Harlem.
When I first got with Sean, I liked him as a person because I didn't know him.
Numerous occasions.
This is when he was just walking around New York City. I'm trying to get to the actual parts. Okay, this is him kind of also like prepping. This is, by the way, this is that infamous pouch, which is so crazy. Bro, if you're being investigated for all this stuff, people saying you drugged them, well, how the hell you gonna have a fucking pouch with the drugs and then tell somebody to film you? Like, this is, like, Diddy definitely thought he was bigger than the program. You're accused of drugging people, Diddy. People are describing how they see you carry around the drugs, fanny packs, this and third. You hire somebody to film you and you tell them, yo, get the, like, you're going to leave the purse with the drugs literally in plain sight.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
That's when they took his sons into custody.
Raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami today as part of a human trafficking investigation.
I don't know what the fuck, what level of brokenness, disease is going on.
He accused Dawn. He said, yo, he said, man, I was always nice to this girl. He's like, yo, there's some type of brokenness going on right now. Because these motherfuckers is coming at me. So he accused them of being broke.
God told me to do nothing, so I gotta do.
This is him talking to Justin Combs, his son. And he said, God told me to do nothing. So you, and he's talking to his son, say, you need to figure out what you need to do to make the shit better. Because God told me I can't do nothing right now. And you could tell Justin felt the pressure. Like, there's pressure on Justin.
God told me to do it. I ain't the one I'm going to do.
Yeah, you can see Justin's face right here. The most diabolical
They studying the storm, worrying about the trip. That was a lie.
Yeah, this is him and Justin right here. See?
So it's just like they crashing out they fell. They a motherfucker from in jail that I never seen before. This girl that's in my group that was on my last album. You're on my last album now. All of a sudden, I'm this person. I'm this monster.
Wow, this is him talking. There's a white guy filming about her.
Fuck that, Ken.
I think Christian Combs, you just seen him too.
Gloves coming on.
And you could tell Diddy was trying to be the Diddy where, oh, I'm not a victim, like, I'm Diddy. You could see him trying to psych himself up. By the way, we're not playing the whole thing, chat, because I know Netflix will, yo, Drill, edit most of this shit out. You could probably put, like, let me just give Drill instructions. If you're using, this is the doc, you could use maybe like 10, 15 seconds, okay? Do not put up, like, you know what I mean? I'm being a little bit more liberal because I am on live stream. But if you put this shit up on YouTube, trust me, Netflix is getting this shit clipped. Yo, chat, the most diabolical part of all this is this right here, chat. After every one of them episodes, chat. After every one of them episodes, it fades to the credits. It fades to the credits, and when it fades to the credits, you're going to see, watch this. Directed by Alexandra Stapleton, Executive produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. I'm telling you, man, if I'm 50, 50 better bump up his security. Because if I'm Diddy, I'm spending every dollar. This nigga got to go. Facts. He got to go, bro. This nigga's like, let me tell you this. Let's be honest. If y'all believe that Diddy got Tupac and Biggie killed, ain't no way 50 just chilling and just like laughing like this on the gram. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, my nigga. Ain't no way. Again, I'm going to conspiracy theory land because, I don't believe some of those claims. But what I'm saying is that if y'all think 50 and Diddy is as devious as y'all claim he is, and he's never been charged for no murder or nothing, it's no way he got Pac and Big killed, and 50 out here violating him down to his last days on earth. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You get what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna lie to you, the way how 50 playing with Diddy, I gotta believe that Diddy never did none of the shit y'all claim he did. Yeah, like he acted fake tough with niggas like Kid Cudi because Kid Cudi ain't on shit. But when y'all saying that he got Pac killed and he got this nigga killed, well, how is 50 just chilling? How? How? The nigga made a documentary and sent you to jail. Well, let me bring that back. He made a documentary, ruined all forecasts of you potentially coming out of jail with slightly a clean face, which maybe some could argue is impossible already. But he hyped up everything before you got locked up. Oh, shit, fuck. Oh, yeah, this is the fucking thing. Shots to Netflix.
God, throw him out there for what?
By the way, I thought it was nasty when they bring in the Biggie and Pac stuff. Like, they basically was trying to say, yeah, he could have did both. I'm like, come on, bro. But this is the footage of him the last couple of days, right? Is this a stylist? Getting this footage is like.
The Las Vegas incident, we do have to emphasize to you.
Having a party.
Who's standing right there?
Patiently looking to see if that's you.
Okay. Yeah. This is 6 days before his arrest.
Take that off. Let's move and groove.
One thing, and this is the glamorous, like, this tells you so much you need to know about Diddy. Like, and this is why this was important footage. I think the best footage about this is the footage leading up to his arrest. And the reason why it's great is that even though the world is collapsing around him, Diddy's still having to keep the image of, yo, it's all good. Yo, I'm still looking good. I'm still this. I'm still that. As he's walking out of his hotel room, you have stylists or personal assistants, whoever the fuck you want to call these people. They're trying to make sure he looks good. They're trying to make sure the image is still on point. And you get to realize Diddy is an old school celebrity, man. The image comes first.
What goes
You got mini Diddy right here.
up must come down. What goes down must come up.
I remember 99, we were working in the studio on a song called Muscle Gang. And Puff was talking.
Yeah, I'm headed to 113th and Lennox, King. I gotta catch my man up there. I'll see you up there. Are y'all rolling? Yeah, we rolling.
Diddy was on.
No.
I'm trying to see if I can find the lawyer thing.
Our back.
Does anyone know? In what episode does he cuss out his lawyers? Is it 3? It might be 3.
On the clip, and when he refused.
Okay. I don't want to keep playing it. Here we go. By the way, this is supposedly his 19 or 20-year-old girlfriend at the time. That he's trying to. By the way, I also think this is where the documentary misses the mark for me. And I don't want nobody to be like, yo, Aki, I feel like you're defending Diddy. Bro, when I watch a documentary, I like for you to come away with it with a mixed type of feeling. Where you could be like, was it worth it? This documentary doesn't do it for me. This documentary just says Diddy's a piece of shit. Which, yes, you could even still believe he's a piece of shit, but it doesn't show the other things about him. It doesn't show that this guy was living life on an axis that's just different and weird, or maybe something that you or I won't ever experience. And at points he was too far gone, but at points he was trying to do things that was reasonably within the right moral compass, right? Anyway, I think this is 19-year-old girlfriend who he's trying to super up like nothing's wrong, because you could imagine she's probably on TikTok reading everything bad about him, and he's look at him kind of like putting on that face like, nah, everything's good. Watch.
Daddy.
Look.
200 million.
Here we go.
Nice. Hi. What's up, baby? Where you going? I'm about to deposit 200 million right now. I feel good.
Yo, this is a couple days before his arrest. His lawyers are telling him everything in the world, but yo, he's talking to his, by the way, he ain't talking to Carisha. Well, Carisha was out by then. He's talking to this girl, and he got to make it seem good. I'm about to deposit $200 million. And she's just geeked.
They holding the bank open for me, you feel me?
He's still talking that big shit. This was 6 days before the arrest.
What's up, baby? Talk to daddy.
Said, talk to daddy.
You got her fucked up right now.
You hear her? Oh, Puff Daddy's back right now.
So usually shoot it one time.
You want to scream in the crowd, don't you? You want to scream in the crowd. I know you do.
Now, I've seen Puff with a lot of women.
Yeah, all that was masking, So that was the Cassie stuff. I just want to go to the lawyer stuff. Again, you guys should watch all this if you care. Shine did get a part, even though he did not participate in the documentary. One thing about the documentary, and again, I know something I'm gonna be like I'm overly critical, and this is why I keep bringing up my man Sean G, is because the documentary just hit the points that mainstream wise we've thought. It just made him seem guilty. For example, yo, did you know? They're like, oh, he made Biggie pay for his own funeral. Yo, he might have been behind Biggie dying in L.A. He might be behind Pac dying. And it hits on so many of the mainstream things that what it missed was the intricacies that we found out in a trial. And this is where I seen Sean G was pointing it out. Like, he was accurate to a lot of this stuff, right? Like, none of the intricacies of how Diddy really moved and operated that came out in trial was really in the documentary. It's like an overview, but just an overview of a really bad man. But it wasn't when it says reckoning, it wasn't like these real. We found out so much shit in the documentaries, in trial. None of that was used. And the reason I bring up Sean G on this is because he has a theory, and I actually believe that theory. I think 50 really glanced over the intricate details that came out in trial because those reflect on his baby mama. I'm gonna keep it a beat.
Yo, Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Good morning. I just wanted to know if this part was in the documentary. I still ain't watched it yet, but I think I'm gonna watch it today or tomorrow. This is my notes. I was an in-courtroom observer on the 24th floor in the overflow at the Puffy trial. I took notes. I was there every day. Jane Doe on the stand, your girl that Puff took from you, she said that from February to May 2021, her and Puff like to have porn playing, and she would dress in provocative lingerie. She would dress in provocative lingerie, right? And that dress in provocative lingerie, and her and Puff would have sex for 12 to 24 hours. And she would rub baby oil on him. Jane Doe would rub baby oil all over Puff, and Puff would rub baby oil all over Jane Doe, all over his body. All over his body. And Puffy would get the red light bulbs. They would have red light bulbs in the room. Curtis, they would take out the white light bulbs and screw in red light bulbs.
I'm gonna be honest, and if we really think about it, like obviously you had channels like me, you had Sean G and other people that kind of cover the trial intricately. I thought the documentary would also really crystallize, like find some of the hotel workers that may have walked into these rooms. Because remember, they were paying up to $50,000 in damages. That's where the documentary missed the mark for me. And I get it. This wasn't just a documentary about the freak-offs or the freakniks that he was kind of having leading up to this federal charge. It was more about his entire life. And I get it. It's called Reckoning. So it's not only about the trial. It's about like painting this guy as this, guy who's drunk off power. But I was hoping to see a lot of what was brought out in court brought to life. Find the hotel workers who would find the state of the room where all of the couches or sheets are baby oil stained, and they would find routinely Diddy for damages, and one hotel find him like up to $50,000 in damages for the freak-offs, But I don't know. Maybe that was a part that hit too close to home, and respectfully to 50. Like, nah, man, like, he did put, obviously, Cassie in there, but Jane Doe is not in there. Cassie's in there, Capricorn Clark. Dawn is mentioned in there, but she's not featured in there. Kalina is in there. His baby mom is not in there.
And she would rub baby oil on Puff. Puff would rub baby oil on her. I loved the sexual experiences. Felt exhilarating.
Shout out to Patterson, by the way.
I loved Puffy, P with the circle. That was my symbol for Puff. Very much. So she was in love with Puff, but you was in love with her. She was in love with Puff. This was at the trial. This is Jane Doe's testimony. Maureen called me. This was the direct examination. When I got home, they had a threesome with Don from Cowboys and Angels. That was a
all of that's missing. Like the intricate part of how Diddy got to it shows how he got to power and how he may have committed other crimes, which that's where the documentary loses me. I could show you, like, how could you guys like give Lil Rod the runway to talk about like unfounded things like, oh yeah, I think Diddy and Justin shot someone, right? But not really get into what came out in court, because what this guy is saying is like, we don't know if it's true. Hold on, here we go. Here's some of it.
No, bro, I'm not letting you get out of this. Like, you gonna have to answer this. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my brother, are you?
Work at his house. This little ride over here, we're in Combs Entertainment, and I just start patching him up in the.
Here we go.
Name G. I don't know his full name. I see him, Justin, and Puff go in the bathroom together. Moments later, I hear boom, boom, 2 shots. I'm like, yo. So
how do you put this in a documentary? Which is like, no one has ever, there's not even a police report about this. Lil Rod, and you're going to hear Lil Rod say it. He says, oh, the guy who got shot I'd never seen again. So this is like, we don't even know if it's true. Yet, all the things that came out in court is ignored.
I'm going through sounds. I'm like, this can't be, you know, it's like, okay, maybe I hit one of those gunshots on a keypad. I see Justin and Puff walk out. I opened the door and G was in there just bleeding. He was bleeding out. You know, growing up in the hood, you know, people get shot all the time. So immediately I'm like, yo, I need towels, bring me towels. And I just start patching them up and applying pressure. Ambulance come, they pulled 3 blocks down. I'm trying to wave them, like, I go running down, like, what y'all doing? He's like, yo, running down, like, what y'all doing? He's like, yo, it can be, did not happen. Fahim, just there on the scene, just able about some type of shooting in the studio where we all creating was Tupac.
Here we go.
And left. He just disappeared. The video was after I had helped him get to the ambulance. No one knows who he is or where he's at. He just disappeared.
That's, to me, why include that but not include some other shit? Like, because there's no proof of this.
Freak off. A freak off was 3 people. Puff, Django, and a male escort. That was it. They did a freak off with Don. When I got home after the freak off, I felt exhilarated. It was fun, taboo, sexy, and crazy. That night opened the Pandora's box, a door that was open that I couldn't shut. Sean J podcast was sold. Don't never stop. Patterson, New Jersey.
He was going. Now he been going crazy on. He loves Diddy. I ain't gonna lie to you. He been going crazy on 50 because he thinks 50, you know, is doing this pretty much a smear campaign. Here we go. We played this already, I believe.
Hey, yo, Curtis, I still ain't seen the documentary yet, the one you put out on Netflix, but they told me that Capricorn Clark is in there. Did Capricorn Clark tell you that at the trial, on the stand, under oath, testimony came out that she was entrusted with a bunch of diamond jewelry, very expensive jewelry, that belonged to Puffy that went missing, and she was the last one with it. Did that come out on the stand? Did that come out in the documentary? Let me tell you what happened. Capricorn Clark was in charge of the jewelry, big time jewelry, $100,000, diamonds, all of that. It got missing. Puffy got with her, made her go take lie detector tests to see if she was telling the truth about how the jewelry got missing. Long story short, Capricorn Clark gets fired. When she gets fired, she goes to work for Madonna. Works for Madonna for a little while.
Okay, he's kind of going through the trial stuff. I've been told that the part I'm looking for is what Joel said. Joel's telling me where to find it. It's in episode 1 at the start. Where is that? Oh, is this one? At the start. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
We need the core theme to be.
Oh, okay. So this is how it starts.
Like, I want to have a life to be able to live. You know, it's really going to be hard for me to take more hits than I take it. God forbid, get in front of a jury and have a chance. And so I'm having this emergency call because something has to give.
We need the core theme to be, you didn't do anything wrong.
Whoa, is that people on the other side, like kind of watching him, like cops and shit?
It's really gonna be hard for me to take more hits than I take it. God forbid, get in front of a jury and have a chance. And so I'm having this emergency
Who are these people?
call because something has to give.
We need the core theme to be, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong on any front. And you've come to New York to face things head on. If anyone's ever paying any
So he's on the phone with Mark Agnifilo.
attention to what you've actually been doing, you've handled this with complete honor.
I don't think it's working. I've listened. I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting.
Wow, I don't remember seeing this part. Yo, Diddy looks frazzled. Just look at his face, chat. Wow. Look at his face. You can tell he's a little bit fucked up.
Face things head on. If anyone's ever paying any attention to what you've actually been doing, you've handled this with complete honor.
I don't think it's working.
Wow.
I've listened. I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting for a shoe to drop.
We're losing sight of the big picture, man. It's the middle of September and there's still no indictment.
Bro, then you have to have a spokesman. You have to have some sort of comms to constantly be pushing that, Mark. Because you may just be a person.
Now, this is where I think, and I don't care what nobody says, Diddy was right. And I told you, 6ix9ine, when he said he saw Diddy in lockup at MDC, he said to Diddy as well. Diddy was right early on by saying, we have to control this narrative. Every day there's erroneous lawsuits. I don't even know these people, but it's like a snowball effect. I look like a creep, a R word. I look like the worst. And yes, I'm here waiting for what's gonna happen, and I'm being a good, I'm being a good client for you guys, and I'm being, on my best behavior for this pending indictment. But bro, it's kind of dragging, and I'm looking worse and worse.
You just may watch CNN. You know what I'm saying? And there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them is on Instagram and TikTok. And so you at the wrong place looking to see what the people with the
wow, chat. You notice very subtle things. Like, for example, watch his finger just kind of tapping. You could tell bro, this is a high stress moment for Diddy.
To constantly be pushing that.
Just watch his hand.
You may just be a person that you just may watch CNN. You know what I'm saying? And there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them is on Instagram and TikTok. And so you at the wrong place.
So Diddy's case or trial has finally started. They're picking out the jurors and stuff. Do you guys feel like Diddy will be freed, or you feel me, he's cooked? I've been reading a lot of comments. A lot of people have been saying that Diddy's cooked. You feel me? I don't even know how I necessarily feel about Diddy. Because at first everyone wanted him locked up. Then it's people kind of feel bad for him now. Because I'm not gonna lie, the stuff he did to Cassie is 100% wrong. What he did to Cassie is 1,000% wrong. And people would never agree with it. But if you want to call it for what it is, Diddy was a freak. Okay, if people underage are involved, lock him up, throw him under the jail. But if people underage aren't involved, bro, Diddy is a freak, bro. Like his lawyer said, he's a swinger, bro. You feel me? He might want to watch his wife get piped out. He might, don't know what did he want to watch. He wants to watch everything. He's a freaky man. He's a freak. That's why they're called freak-offs. Get all the freaks together. What do you think's gonna happen? Baby oil with stuff in it that when it goes into your skin, you're paralyzed. Yes, that's what happens at the freak-off. There's obviously two parties to a Diddy party. There's the party, and then there's the party. Have you ever been invited to the party before? Probably not. But hey, man, Let me know how you guys feel about Diddy. Do you want him locked up or do you want him free? Do you feel bad for Diddy? Even if Diddy gets freed, I think his career is done. No one's ever gonna work with him again. No brand's gonna work with him. You feel me? He's still gonna make money off. He probably has real estate like tenants and stuff, and probably like investments that we don't know about. So he's probably still gonna make money, but he's not gonna be making the same money as before. Like he's probably definitely at a billionaire status now. But hey man, it's your boy Big X News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.